Good evening, everyone. So today is the 24th of February, and I'll be going over my recap for today. Traded a couple of stocks today. Some few losers, few winners here. But today started as a tough morning to scan for stocks. I feel like there was a couple forced trades that I should have just sat on my hand or wait for the full setup. But I'll go over that in a few. So let's get started. So the first trade is SUNW, SUNW. So SUNW. I had a, let me open my pen tool. So this had a 5-minute trend. As you can see, it's holding the 5-minute trend right there, and it had a break line of or trend line here, attempted high of day, kind of triple top around this level at 16, and then when I saw when I saw it was creating a lower high here and then lower high here. So this is where I try to enter for this breakline break, and you can see it started to form a inverted cup and handle. So I started in a little early, 250 shares. I wanted to size in more on this break here, but I think it went too quickly. So I only had my 250 starter shares that I had. Then I covered 250 or 100 partial here around the 15-minute EMA. It broke it, and then I covered the rest. I'm thinking it had a bounce a little bit on the 15-minute EMA, but it ended up finding support at the 30-minute EMA, which was a bit lower than I anticipated. Then it started to create a bear flag. So you can see this bear flag, and then I shorted on the break of this trend line. So kind of similar pattern. You got an inverted cup and handle here, and then it went lower. So I took another second short there, and it covered towards the hourly chart. And once it hit the hourly, it started to base here, and that's where I covered most of my shares here. I had a little bit of 50 shares left, and I took it when it kind of broke this flag line here, and it went above the 50 minute 5-minute 9 EMA. So that was SUNW, and SUNW was for a $435 win. My next trade, SNDL. So this was an after-hour trade. As you can see, GameStop had gone up over today, so it went from $44 to $200 after hours. So there's a lot of sympathy play on a lot of the Wall Street Bets Reddit stocks. So this was creating a flag here. I tried buying this flag here, and then I took a stop there for like a $48 loss, and then I end up adding for this flag break and then expecting a little more, but I took a few off there and then re-added on here. I took it off there. So I was expecting this 100% move, which was 163. So you draw this pole line and then you add it onto this pole line, and that would have been the move. I actually hit it after hours before the close. Just closed right now at 164. That was my target, but it was a really slow mover, so I didn't have enough patience to hold it all the way through. But I took a $120 win there. Next trade was ACST. ACST, it had a little trend line break as well, and then you can see in the 9-minute on the 1-minute chart was really extended when the 5-minute is down here on this red line. So it was quite a bit of extension. So I went ahead and saw this cup and handle forming right above the 9 EMA of the 1-minute chart, and this inverted handle, shorted here, added a little bit more there on 89 average. I covered roughly around 87s and 86 here, or 87s. And then I saw, you know, a descending triangle or a flag line break here. So I went ahead and had short here, but it didn't go as far as I wanted to, and actually recovered pretty strongly. So I actually, when I added here, I actually took quite a loss there. So it took away most of my profits. I think I was up a total of like 200 here, and then I end up giving away some. But it ended up just testing pre-market high. The dotted purple line is the pre-market high, and then faded back down after that. So that was a $80 win. So I gave away quite a bit on this this ad, and then stop here. Next trade is Express. Express is also EXPR, was also an after hour trade. I bought this flag here when it was holding the 5-minute trend. Bought and then sold up around this area, and then it was trying to flag again. So I actually tried to buy this flag here. So you can see it's trying to attempt, and then I saw that little buying spot there, and I thought it's probably gonna fail, so I went ahead and just took it off here. But like buy, sold, little scalps here and there, and then I think I also attempted to buy around this area, and I stopped out for some loss there. It ended up going higher after hour, and there was a potential flag here. You can see for the cup and handle, you could risk 10 cents, but yeah, it's a little wide of a risk. But this was a $54 win on Express. NAKD was another sympathy play of GameStop. So I tried to buy this cup and handle forming, holding the 5-minute 9 EMA. So this cup handle, tried buying there, end up not moving as much as I expected. Had an inverted cup and handle here, break, going lower, coming back. So not the best setup, but that was a $24 win for NAKD. SNSS. So SNSS, I think this one I attempted a short, but it was a little choppy. So there was a 5-minute trend here on this red line, and then 9 EMA is up here. So I felt like it was a bit extended, so I wanted to short the reversion there. So if you draw a line here, you can see there's a little cup and then a handle, but I was a little cautious here, because you can see like each candle has a lot of wicks, so almost like each candle is really wicky. So I felt like it was really crowded. So I was kind of expecting, you know, a stronger wash, but if it held, I probably wanted to, you know, exit the trade pretty quickly. So it was pretty much a break even trade there for $4 win. WKHS. So WKHS had a okay cup and handle here for this break, and then I was watching it. There was quite a fail flag here, so this was a fail flag. Had it gone higher, it would have, like, you know, it bounced and then continue higher here. But what ended up happening was it fell flag and then create this cup and handle. So potential short there around this area. And it would have been a pretty good trade. But since it kind of bottomed out a little bit, I was kind of expecting a small bounce towards the hourly here. So I had a flag drawn, a cup and handle. I bought this flag. I took some profits up here, but didn't take as much. So I ended up almost taking it off break even. I was up like, you know, 50 bucks or so there. So that was just a $3 loss. Next trade, OCGN. So OCGN, I think this one had a, you know, lower high forming. So I thought there might be a inverted cup and handle here forming. Started short there and then end up covering here for a small loss. I thought the hourly trend was going to break, especially this trend line that I drew here. So I was expecting this to kind of roll over on this side, but I think it ended up holding up pretty well. It rolled over maybe towards the end of lunchtime, but that was a $26 loss. UAMY. Also another stock where it was extending the hourly, and it's trading up here on the 15-minute. So I was looking for a reversal. So as soon as I stopped out, it started to kind of dip back on the lower. But before that, I kind of sized in a little bit here, and then I stopped out when it was going up. So if I give myself more room, this would have been a decent trade. So that was a $29 loss. RRD. I think a similar type bottom trade. Also was looking at a reversal here. You can see there's an inverted cup here. Shorted. Didn't take any profits. I was hoping for a bounce lower here, but it ended up just waking me out there for an $89 loss or $82 loss. FSR, tried short here twice since it was extending on the hourly, which is down here, and it was trailing the 5-minute pretty well. It had a trigger here that I was expecting a flush. So right here, cup handle, I was expecting a flush, and then end up just covering slowly here, and then covering right before this break squeeze. But I think in this state here, I was also expecting another flush, but it was holding the 1-minute trend pretty well. So that's all my trade for today. Up a total of $455. So was a tougher day today, because the market was also like not running as much in the small caps, but towards the end of the day when GameStop was squeezing, all the other stocks were also going pretty well. So I'm pretty excited for tomorrow on all the sympathy trades, and hopefully the volume comes back in the small caps. But that's all the trades I have for today. Hopefully you can understand my insight in my trades, and I'm also looking to improve on what mistakes I've made to make me become a better trader. Yeah, so that's all I have for today. So thanks for watching, and see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.